While we're waiting for people to kind of trickle on in, what a chance Ripon gets a category before UVS. Dude,
Very
don't
high.
say that. Don't say that to
Very
me,
high.
man.
Very high.
Yeah, if card game specific categories ever happen, Riftbound will definitely be ahead of UVS in the line.
Yeah, like the answer is if either gets it, it's 100% Riftbound. But also, man.
Riftbound probably don't get it.
But also, yeah, I would be shocked if does Lorcana have it? Because that would be like the closest frame of reference.
I guess Magic has its online server, so never mind.
Yeah, Magic does MTG online, and Yu-Gi-Oh can do Master
Altered
Duel.
has a de facto online service.
Yeah, the closest analog you could get is does Lorcana have one? I don't know.
Man, so what I should just do is make a game. Make a shitty unlicensed game that says Universe in the title. They'll probably be mad at me, right? Like they can't just let me do that.
I think Universes is a copyrighted name. I think that is copyright infringement.
Yeah, and like, well, it's probably, I think, a copyright. They could just be like whatever. But if it's a trademark and they don't sue me, they actually would lose the trademark. And so like they can't not stand up to their trademark, or else it ceases to be a trademark. If I remember
I think that is the law. Yes.
Because there's copyright infringement. Like you can let people steal your songs on Napster, and that's not like a problem for you, except that they're stealing your songs.
As people are kind of trickling in, because I think our two other topics are going to take the full stream. What are you guys playing this weekend, or what have you guys been playing the last couple weeks?
I'm still just playing Peak Universes. I really like that deck, and I'm really lazy.
Yeah, it's more of a not making decks. I've been messing around with the. I took Ezra's Krista deck, the Chaos Rampage Krista that top Louisville, and played with that a little bit.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, it's neat. It's still a Krista deck in that the damage feels fringy, and it's a City Rampage deck with 6 other blue and green cards, which is a bit of a problem. I think I'd rather like just have Double Trouble or something than the City Rampage stuff. The Titan Cliff tutoring stuff is cool. Being Krista is good. You get to stun out a board of any size or whatever. You can operate if they unyield you. So there's a lot of nice things, but like, I don't know if I want to bring a deck where like 30 is my best string.
Right.
That's as opposed to I'm probably going to try my order Peak a little bit more and then figure out where I'm going from there. Because Peak deals 30 accidentally when she rolls out of bed.
I say, when the damage is kind of fringy as now, do you have other ways to answer like the backup heavy piles, like the Hanji piles of the world?
Well, I mean, if they're going to give you like a bunch of time,
you figure you can just keep doing that string.
And you can throw a Titan Cliff at their backup, get some advantage off of it, whatever. Sure. Eventually you're going to have stun a million. So I don't think that's necessarily a bad matchup, but the like Godzillas and Mikasas and the things that are like going to kill you.
Sure.
Yeah.
And please deal 35 before that happens is this kind of stressful.
Right. I've been playing a lot of Ryu. The character's so fun. I built a Fern deck at work today, but I mean, we won't really get to do anything real with that character aside for fun games at locals until they say something about it. But she sounds fun. We'll see how that goes.
I know once those are up, I'm very curious about Little Mister with who's the Jaegerist? Flock?
I can't
believe I'm forgetting the name of the AOT character.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, I've forgotten what all those cards do, and I will worry about remembering what they do when I have an idea of when they're legal.
Yeah, I just pattern matched. It's like a two diff backup that rewards you that like makes you mill more. So like mill 2 turns into mill 3 that you now have three of those kind of backup.
Right.
And just like that captured my imagination a bit.
I've been playing Set the Brawler and Lee Sin, the Blind Monk. No,
I've been playing a lot of Spirit Blossom Teemo. Like that champion's so good.
Yeah, no, I have not touched Universes in a hot minute, which is probably not good because Canada's next weekend. But I'm just gonna run Hanji again.
Christ.
Yeah. I'm just gonna take Kaji 1 again. I know most of the matchups fine enough. I don't think TMNT has changed too much. Besides made like Pony something I need to respect the damage of more. And Deku 6 is like getting more popular. But I think I can handle those. So I'm gonna run some games probably this weekend and next week. to just make sure I'm familiar with it, and then I'm just gonna rip it and ship it. Besides that, I've been playing a ton of Riftbound to get used to that because I don't know that game. I just did yesterday, and you can probably see the VOD. If not, it will be posted on Tam's other channel, Tam Riftwell. I'm now doing Riftbound Wednesdays with Tam. And we did a top 4 match, and I won't spoil how it goes because you should watch the VOD. But I was very happy with how both decks that I had kind of built. One was my design, one was 80% a top deck, actually went.
Yeah,
I
I've
kind of
been.
tuned in. Go ahead.
I just wanted to, if you want to pivot back to universes, but if you had something on Riftbound, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I tuned in and I had no idea what was going on. I was like, this looks
Yeah.
cool. At one point, I was like, man, Tam's really mad that Justin's ripping certain cards, but I have no idea what's going on.
I have been slightly increasing the odds that I randomly go to a one-off Grand Archive thing that's happening at the end of October, having not played the game in 2 or 3 years or whatever. I discovered there's a deck that kind of aligns with some of the cards that I have that I could probably build for not too much. That's just like a precon and some singles. And B, I have like 5 to 10 cards from set 1 that are worth like $60.
Nice.
And another handful that are worth like $30 because that stuff is all aged pretty well. That I could theoretically backpack then to pay for the trip. So
nice.
It's just a matter of whether or not my raid group will kill me for disappearing for back-to-back weeks to go play one of the 2 card games I don't even actually play.
On one thing I have been labbing, if not actually like finishing a lot of deck building constructions. I've been labbing a bunch with Titan Cliff and or strategic maneuver in various contexts. Like both more 6 heavy Godzilla deck with Titan Cliff, or a Rodan with Titan Cliff, or a Rodan with Titan Cliff and or strategic maneuver, and like Pumat Soul and Tarian. But a lot of these have been like, I'm struck by some inspiration. I put 40 cards on UVS Ultra deck list before I start clicking on foundation on like normal good cards or attacks, and then I do something else, and then kind of look back at it like, oh yeah, I meant to finish that. I think I got I think I got the germ of the idea I wanted to have on this deck list in here. So all right, we'll figure out that out later.
I do it like the reverse way. I have like 200 cards, and then I have to narrow it down to 60 or even 70.
Justin, take Pumat Soul to Canada. If I could play in day 1 of Worlds, I would be happy to like take the risk in Canada and play something more fun. But even though that it's in Grapevine, Texas, which is a 45-minute drive, my students' district tournament for debate is day 1 of Worlds. So if I don't make day 2, I don't get to compete in Worlds. So the answer is I'm not going to risk throwing away top 8 by playing Pumat Soul. That deck's not bad.
If we get to 10 subs before next Thursday, I will play Pumat Soul in Canada.
Wait, so if I get 5 subs, he has to
ship it.
I mean, are we at 5?
We're at 5.
Fucking half the subs are just us shit posting. Yeah.
It would be really fun.
One of them so far is
Kevin's like approaching being locked, right? They're like
I'm at like 130 or something.
You're,
so
you're,
like,
you're at 167, so you're
okay.
de facto locked, right? As long as you show up to the LCs.
5 gifties. It's only $25 to make Broberg play Pumat Soul in Canada. It might be $25.
It's more than that. It's $6 for a sub, but yeah.
Wait, is it $6? I thought it was $5 for a sub.
It says $5.99 on my thing. Yeah.
Oh man.
Press on the rock went up.
Man, the tariffs are even hitting subs. All right, let's go ahead and get started because we vamped for a little more than usual.
I'm keeping that in the.
Let's keep it. No, absolutely keep it. Will, can you get us started?
Yeah. Welcome to Four Checks Cast. We are your four checkers. I'm Will. In the top left we got Justin. Bottom left we got Kevin. And Tim, are you bottom right? Yeah, it's your bottom right.
I'm somewhere. I'm not even looking.
Tonight we're going to be talking about the Spain regional, but before that, UVS Games put out a neat little article earlier today. It's about certain combos that you can do with TMNT cards. And we think it would be very fun if we put them into a tier list. And I think Justin can go ahead and post a link in the chat, but
I can indeed.
In the Discords and all the social media posts, there is a link for the tier list itself, so you guys can play along at home.
Yes, let me.
And since Justin, you are the one actually in charge of the stream, you're gonna have to be in charge
Yep.
of.
I just posted the link. If anyone wants to tag along with the tier list, it is in the chat, so you can build your own as well. So before we get into the specific combos, here is our tier list. So we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 combos to explore today. We're going to go by them one by
one. Shout out
one.
Matt Smith. I just want to shout out Matt Smith. This is 13 tweet comments. I love this article. There's been some haters like who's this article even for? This article is for me personally.
Let's
The
be
rest
clear,
of you are watching.
I am going to
It's
hate on
awesome.
some of these combos. I respect some of these combos. I'm going to hate on some of these combos. But before
we appreciate the effort, right?
Yeah.
You know, he's not a high tier competitive player or anything like that. So some of these we're going to poo-poo a little bit, but it's still cool to be putting out articles like
and
this.
Genuinely,
Hey,
I think
if you control scroll and zoom in, do the ads also zoom in?
Yes, they do.
Ah, that's so lame. I was trying to get rid of them.
Oh, hold on. Close that. Wait, I can close them though. Hold on.
Well,
Bro, get ad block, please.
Yeah.
The Voldy browser.
I like giving money
They'll
to the
be
people
back.
I want. Anyways, let's go and talk a little bit about the tiers before we discuss the specific combos in the article. So how are we going to label the tiers?
I think just having the letters like an S tier combo is an S tier combo. I think that's good for me. I think that's good. I don't think we need to overcomplicate this.
Okay.
What are we calling an S tier combo though? Like a competitive combo?
What do you think of when you think S, or do we want to do that as we talk about the combos? We can start saying if they're S tier or not, because we always do it as we're going through the combos. Start establishing as we go.
Sure. Okay. I see what you're saying. So kind of just like we think this is S tier,
and we'll start defining it as we go.
Yeah, and like maybe this is just the best combo in the article, and then we can kind of adjust as we go.
Absolutely,
I'm cool with that.
Sure.
I'll say, I have a personal pick for the best combo in this article, and I consider it an S tier combo because I literally found it, said, "Wow, this seems really good." Felt incredibly good that I got validated in that belief, and then forgot it. And then when I saw it here, I was like, "Oh my god, that was that thing I've been trying to remember for a week or whatever."
Let's go ahead and get started then. I will read out the combos. So first, we're talking about combos on a single symbol. So this means anybody with this symbol can do this combo. You don't need to worry about additional attuned symbols. First, we have a combo of 3 TMNT cards, high 3, holding all the cards, and clumsy entrance. High 3 says blitz. The speed and damage values of your next attack you play this turn become 6. Holding all the cards, you mill 1 for this attack to get +1 speed and +1 damage for each card in your hand. And clumsy entrance, you can flip. If this is the first attack you played, you add it back to your hand. Card with same name cannot be played as your next form. They describe it as high 3's blitz ability gets major value when paired with holding all the cards. A 7-hander can use this combo to build an easy 11 speed high attack for 11 damage. Clumsy Entrance makes a great addition by returning high 3 to hand after its blitz ability, saving it for future use while playing holding all the cards on 0 progressive with an additional card in hand.
So I'm just gonna start with this by saying I thought Clumsy Entrance was initially better than it actually is.
Yeah.
I did not. I thought it was straight up just like Quan Chi's Fortress type stuff, where it was just like, get that out of here. They cannot play it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was way better. And I also didn't realize until today that you can totally hit your own thing with it.
Yeah, so part of what I think about when I think of like powerful combos is, are these cards going to be good when you don't have all of the pieces together? Like, we're not usually wombo combo style decks in universes. I won't say we aren't ever, but we aren't usually. All of these cards could be kind of questionable, but I think Clumsy Entrance is the first one I want to kind of touch on. This card defensively is a sideboard card at best to me. It's a first enhance, which means you can't have done any defense. It does have this interesting world where, like, in the same way you used Invincible Body, you can kind of tell your opponent, hey, if you invest resources into this card, I can send it back if it's the first attack. But it being only the first attack means that they can just start investing on their second attacks. You don't get to hold it on every attack. So I don't know if Clumsy Entrance is really a worth it card in most decks. I question it a little bit.
I think there's like a world, right? But I don't know if it's actually all that great.
Yeah,
And-
I mean, it's an enhanced flip, which is pretty cheap to potentially like stun them a couple.
Sure.
But yeah, I think it's a pretty fringe card. Yeah, I think for me, like this is really a 2.1 card combo.
Yeah.
Like high 3 plus holding all the cards, kind of dope actually. I'm
Yeah.
glad that I learned
I'm
about
on
that
board.
because I hadn't thought of this combination of this particular arrow with this particular attack.
What's the
And Clumsy
one that
entrance is
gives
just like we're
Right.
overcooking this one a little bit putting that one in this combo.
what's the one that gives all your attacks 4 or whatever?
They all become 4/4s. Yeah.
Yeah. Which one's that one?
I think
Setting the standard.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
that's
remembered the name of a
That
Turtles
one's
card.
on good, right?
that's a good
Okay.
attuned. Yeah, it's like this whole turn.
So
Yeah.
there's also a two symbol combo
Yeah,
there if you want
so-
to play holding all the cards after one of those. But yeah.
Yeah, this one to me is also, like Kevin says, kind of making two separate points to me. One is the high 3 to study the standard, which I did think about the moment I saw high 3. So this isn't news to me per se in that sense, but it is pretty compelling. It's definitely one of the reasons to play a card like play high 3. There aren't too many cards like high 3, so I won't say a card like high 3. It's pretty much the only thing that does what it does, which is pretty cool. The other thing is just the idea of using this foundation clumsy entrance to on your own move to get like a bonus activation of a blitz, although you then have to you can't like immediately replay the same card, but if you have like a fortif with a really good blitz or on play trigger and you can play it first, get the thing, bounce it back, play it again, get the thing as your second move, there might be some value there. In this specific combo, it feels really pointless because what you're doing is flipping a foundation for +1/+1, which is, I mean, and I guess like deleting your own 6/6, which is not great.
Yeah.
But in other use cases, there might be some pretty interesting stuff to do in that space.
So
Yeah, like
Also,
if
it wasn't
some of
like
the
a
entrants were
split,
just
maybe.
flip draw a card here, it would be worth
Sure.
just as much stats.
Right.
I'm a little colder here on high 3 than I think you guys might be. But not in terms of this specific combo is not good. Obviously, like 11 stats worth of damage on high 3 because it goes into holding the cards is very good. Oh, or 22 stats because 11 and 11. That's very good. I'm not going to argue that that's not very good. I'm wondering, like, is there a deck where if you draw high 3 without holding all the cards, it's still getting you a lot of value? Because like it's fine if you're doing it on moves that are 4 speed 4 damage. It's not great as a 6 diff if you're doing on 5 speed 5 damage and it doesn't do anything on any higher. I do think of like a deck that's doing like true 100% and things like that. Maybe I could see it where you have a lot of these lower base stats that then get big. Maybe. I don't know if there's enough of those for a full deck. Where do you guys?
If it's in like if you have like a 3 high 4 or something, right? Like a lethal slash stat line. Like,
Sure.
that's worthy. I think +3/+2. That's
I mean,
not
I think,
amazing.
I think if you
it's
told me
tolerable.
high 3 into lethal slash, I'd be like, yeah, that's a solid line.
Yeah, I mean, if you're already going to be running, like you've committed yourself to not liking sweeping daggers, right? If you're doing anything with high 3.
Yeah.
But like high 3 holding all the cards, Patchwork Babies is, those are two really good ones to high 3.
Patchwork, you have Patchwork Babies, you have holding all the cards. There's a world.
Now high 3 has no keywords, which is extremely awkward.
Yeah,
and neither does
that's
holding
the
all the
rough,
cards.
that's the rough part.
I don't know. Why can't it at least have pizza?
Working on Patchwork Baby stats isn't like that's not getting one more damage out of that isn't that
Yeah,
important.
that's true. That's true.
I think I'm down for this combo, but I think what it happens is this goes into an early deck build for me, and then high 3 gets cut for like better stuff as it goes on.
Oh, this is not about being competitive, but it is like
Okay.
locals level cool.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, like a perfect combo is competitive, but a great combo can be just like really funny, right? I think in my book.
So based on how we're describing, I think we can comfortably say it wouldn't be S tier then, because that's like actually competitive.
I'm feeling a strong B.
Strong B,
Yeah.
that's kind of where I am.
I can agree with that.
I'm cool with B.
Also for note, Dan in chat does say Splinter with high 3 into 2 more attacks is pretty decent.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
If
Splinter
you're
very
gonna- if you're
naturally
gonna-
wants to be playing lots of things to get a lot of
If
stats.
you're going to
from
be
it.
doing this is probably the character for it.
Absolutely.
It's like imagine it's like high 3 into the shove, right? Here's my 1 mid 4 throw. That's not a 6 mid 6 throw. Like that's a pretty big upgrade.
Right.
Absolutely. It's really funny that this was the second one because we've talked about this one on the podcast. Filet, Fling, and Double Trouble. And really, Double Trouble here could be any echo attack.
Anything, yeah.
Yeah.
It just says Filet thing is a great way to pick up something clogging your card pool, but if you want to go full aggression, pair it with echo attacks like Double Trouble to rebuy your offense. Filet Fling, for anyone who does not recall it, it is a 3 diff, 3 low 3 that picks up a face down when you play it as a card. And then Echo is just, you play it, attack a second time, and it flips face down after it resolves, which means you can pick it back up and play it again with Filet Fling. I mean, yeah, this is kind of the exact thing we were talking about when we were talking about why Filet Fling's a cool card, is like, and if there are enough Echo attacks to make an Echo package viable, or even just like a couple where seeing these cards together is realistic, it sure is a hell of a lot of attacks.
Yeah, I think this one, this is one I've talked about a lot. So obviously it's well known that this is one of the things you can do with Filet Fling. It is certainly something that has some competitive potential. I have a small gripe that Double Trouble is probably not one of the top cards to be doing this with, right? Compared to like Trace Eyes or Double Fist, but
this was very clearly we want to show this how it's done on a single symbol. Because
yeah, that's true. That's true.
If you put it in a tuned world,
yeah,
everything gets better.
True. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think any of the other prime suspects have water. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than the fact that like I already like the power level of the combo is an A, it is pretty like well documented. So I'd give it a B in terms of like a combination scale, but it's certainly good.
Right.
Yeah, I think I'm on board with that too. I think this is another B tier combo.
Okay, another B.
I could say high B or low A. Like this might actually see play, right?
I'm gonna put it at the top of B. Play. We might move it around if we don't have enough in A and S, because I think competitively this is an A, but I kind of agree that like this is not a, oh my god, I didn't think of that. We all kind of knew Filet Fling. You read that card and you go, oh, Echoes. So moving on.
Yeah, I like a little creativity in my combos. 3-piece combos. It gets to go in a way that just like 2-piece obvious stuff doesn't quite so much.
Absolutely. Now we've got Cammy and Keyleth. Cammy, for those of you who don't remember, is in hand. It's a 3 diff backup with elusive. Enhanced commit. This attack gets +2 speed. You flip 1 rival foundation. Response tenacious. After this backup is attack, check 6. If you pass, flip and commit this card. And then Keyleth lets you first form, unflip 1 foundation by committing a foundation, which could be this face down thing. And then has 2 other abilities that aren't relevant to this combo. It says Cammy and Keyleth are best friends. Keyleth already loves flipping your rival's foundations. And anytime you save Cammy, you can bring her back next turn with Keyleth's first form. I don't like this combo.
I only don't like it because I don't think Cammy's very good.
Yeah.
Because most of the time, I don't think people are going to be attacking into the Cammy. Dude,
I think target flip rival foundations on a stick is kind of cracked.
I don't think she's like bad. I just don't. I don't know. A lot of the times when I'm playing a deck, I see something like Cammy. I probably don't care.
Yeah, I think Cammy's good. I don't know if we're playing a character expressly because they can unflip Cammy.
So
right.
Yeah, like that's where I am. And also like, and I see people saying mediocre, and like I think this is a mediocre combo, but it also has a huge opportunity cost. Keyleth gets 1 unflip a turn with her face. I'm not saying that making it a targeted flip and +2 speed isn't worth it as your like first form necessarily, but there are a lot of good targets for a guaranteed unflip every turn. And I think you have a hard time convincing me this is going to be the best one consistently enough to play this as a backup in a slot that's probably going to be a foundation slot otherwise.
Right.
Yeah, and you can consider that ability if you're unflipping Cammy as like you're paying 2 foundations to get the effect, right? Because you're losing the one you pay for cost, and then you're also losing, transmuting face down into a face up backup.
Yeah, unless you commit Cammy to use the cost, but then she's committed. So,
and in reality,
when you were just reading this, I was kind of coming up on it because I forgot how much Keyleth support rewards you for having your opponent having face downs. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm coming decked out on this.
And also, like, I hate to say it, I am not sure how often in the game I would waste an attack on Cammy. Would I risk blanking an entire attack?
That's kind of what I was saying
on Cammy.
Well, like, and if they send an attack at Cammy, how excited are you to check a 6?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
to flip and commit.
Okay. Like I'm attacking your Cammy while you're playing Keyleth. You can unflip her. That's cool. You checked a 3. Go ahead, commit 3. I'm cool with that.
Please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
the payout of this is like a whole combo on my screen but it's just 2 cards. It's just a character and a card you put in any symbol of the deck, and then the payout is that on the one branch it's rewarding you for having faith. Like almost like for me, the payoff of this is like, hey, Cammy says target flip stuff. That gives you more stuff for the Keyleth cards that aren't on the screen right now.
Yeah,
and
right.
then in a Rube Goldberg machine 4 steps long, there's another synergy of unflipping Cammy in case you check they did attack, you did check the 6, and then you wanted to get her back.
Is anyone gonna be mad if I put this in D tier?
No.
No.
I
like,
think
it's
this
cute,
is
right?
gonna. I think this is probably gonna be the worst combo of the night. There might be worse, but I think this is probably the worst combo of the night.
This is at very least I can look at it and be like, okay, I see what you're doing with this just by looking at the cards, not with like not having to read the little blurb. But like again, I look at it, I'm just like, yeah, I can understand that's what you're doing, but why?
Yeah, I like creativity in my combos, but this feels like it requires creativity on what I would appreciate in a combo to appreciate this.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely.
All right. Now we get to another one that kind of we had already talked about on the pod.
This one.
Yeah. Flying Elbow Drop and Lane Skill. We've read these cards, so I'll just read them real fast. Flying Elbow Drop, you get to remove itself if you discard it with another card, and then you get to play it at some point on that turn. Lane Skill, we all know, flips to discard 2 and draw 2. So they describe the combo of saying, it's not hard to get value out of Flying Elbow Drop, but the easiest way has to be with Lane Skill. That's not true because Pony exists, but that's fine. Discarding
it's
2
easiest
cards.
Way without choosing your character.
That's true. Discarding 2 cards to draw 2 cards. Every elbow drop discard this way is basically a freebie. I mean, it's good. Like, it's a good combo. We've talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's got the same Filet Fling problem where, like, if you're playing a fire deck that's trying to do a lot of stuff, you're playing like a Mirko too, you're going to play both these cards, and it's going to feel good when you use them. Or you might play both these cards. You may cut elbow drop, but you're probably playing Lane Skill. And it's going to feel good when you use these 2 cards.
It kind of depends on if you're using fiery or not, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the trick with this is if you're putting Flying Elbow Drop in the deck, it is very likely because you have Filter on your face.
Yeah.
Right.
And at that point, are you really playing Latent Skill? Right. It's sort of the awkward thing about this. So you'd have to be like a Mirko where you just have 8+ copies of Filter 2 cards in your deck. Then it makes sense. But otherwise, it's a little like Latent Skill just doing what your character does, but even more of it is a little shaky.
Well, and Kevin just said,
feel like...
oh, because I think you're going to say it.
Oh, no, I was just going to say something else. There's the bonus Latent Skill. There's the Latent Skill on an attack, like Fiery Stare.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that has Fury as well. So, like, Mirko 2 could
Mirko 2 could definitely do it.
Fiery Stare, Lane Skill, and then start using Fly Elbow Drop.
Does she want to? How good is she right now? Who knows? But, like, it's an interesting... People, who are still... MHA is still their favorite IP, right? And they're really like, Mirko could totally be doing this.
What were you going to say, Broberg?
I was going to say that something about... it wasn't about Raphael, and it wasn't about Fiery Stare.
Bert.
It wasn't a face card either. Oh yeah, what I was gonna say was just that there's almost like kind of the Keyleth unflipping your Cammy side of this thing is just that if you're playing Latent Skill in your deck, I mean it's kind of obvious to say, but like drawing 2 cards helps you find attacks. And you're like Latent Skilling into, and like you can draw Flying Elbow Drop and then discard it to Pony off of the Latent Skill draws or whatever, right? Or Bertol was actually even better than Pony in this conversation. Yeah, in terms of this, and it actually kind of highlights like if you're playing Bertol and you play a 4-hit string, that's 8 cards of search space to find more Flying Elbow Drops to keep popping off with your even longer string.
Right.
Absolutely.
And so there's kind of there's a non-zero edge of it there where you really get the engine humming.
So having talked about this combo before, I think like, is it better or worse than Filet Fling in our tier list?
I'd put it below. It's a little harder to like actually justify as a deck because of some of the conflicts we mentioned.
Are we?
I almost want to say,
is it still B tier?
I would have liked. I would have liked if there was more sort of elaboration of the sort of the engine you're building here. If we had thrown in a character like Pony, or even just mentioned characters like that your character can do this,
right.
And then the other redundant cards like Latent Skill. And I think that also like the effectiveness is a lot lower than the Filet Fling combo. Like Filet Fling does take a momentum, which is a real cost to it, to actually make the echo. But then this is just like paying you off with a 4 for 4 that you play into your card pool like normal, where Filet Fling, you play 2 attacks, then you pick up the attack out of your card pool and you play it again. You get like kind of 3 attacks, never getting over 1 progressive difficulty. That's
So
kind of crazy.
You want to drop
I'm
it down
feeling
to
C tier on this one.
C tier?
Yeah.
I'm down for C tier.
No.
Yeah,
If
I can see
that
makes
for
sense.
these two specific cards, absolutely. If the article had mentioned more like a character that could do it, or something more consistent than seeing 2 cards, like to actually one hit your stage and the other one in your hand, then we could probably bump this up to even A tier. But
Now
just those 2 specific cards.
I am excited for the upcoming combos, because I think the ones that were a single symbol, besides like the high 3, which I thought was really creative, were a lot of what you would kind of expect when reading these cards. The attuned ones are where we're going to see some of like the crackhead combos, and I'm really excited for some of these. And
yeah, attune is such a good mechanic. I didn't come into this thinking I'm going to do attune propaganda, but like,
of course you were.
This genuinely, I didn't even think about as an angle, but I am so happy about the attune mechanic, because this kind of crap is why.
And we're going to start with a character that we haven't seen in a while, Hejiki Tengai. This is a 4-card combo being described, although really 2 of the cards in it are interchangeable.
It's really a 3-card combo.
We have Tengai here. Nothing about what is on this guy's face matters in this combo. What matters is that he has the evil symbol and the fire symbol. He does stuff. It's not relevant to this. Dream about fighting. Remove the top card of your deck. If it is an attack, you may try to play it this turn. Enough talk. If this was played from your hand, remove the top 3. You may try to play any attacks removed this way. And Villainous Teamwork. If this card is played from a zone other than your hand, it ignores progressive. Destroy 1 asset in either stage. Gain health equal to its difficulty. And it says, Villainous Teamwork is a great attack to play via something like Dream About Fighting or Enough Talk. It's a chunky 5-diff that ignores progressive difficulty, perfect to end a string. Hejiki Tengai has the symbols to play this combo, and these cards already synergize well with him. I'm not sure how they exactly synergize well. I guess because you can get the your turn enhance more consistently.
Yeah, there's an ally there.
Well, he only works with non-attacks allies.
Yeah, the idea is, I think the idea here is that if you are also playing non-attack allies in the deck, you actually still are able to play them if you hit them with Dream About Fighting or Enough Talk. Like, because normally those cards would just vanish forever.
Yeah, I can see that.
So if you hit Ally Foundation, now you
part of the
can
joke is, like Tengai kind of, his card is Barrier Shield. He really, really wants to be playing Barrier Shield every turn. And if you don't happen to have one of those in your discard pile because you played the top enhancer that he removes, it can be awkward to get his bottom enhance where you ship a card out of their hand online, and then now Enough Talking about Fighting can kind of get that online for you. The Villainous Teamwork in particular is kind of neat if you top deck it at the right time. You could pull it up top, but like, we're not stacking our deck here.
Yeah. I have multiple peeves with this combo.
Yeah.
So first of all, the inset Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles card, Angry Flurry, is probably just better for this. It doesn't ignore progressive, but like it has -3 difficulty and frenzy, and is fire, so it could go in the all one symbol bucket. Secondly, I have one of the. I don't know if this is just me. I think I've heard this from other people too. One of the gripes about this set, one of the criticisms, I guess, about this set, is that there's a lot of cool things and cool mini packages that are just like a card or a piece or an element short of being something you could do with any seriousness. And this Raphael, like, play something from removed is one of them. There's like some cool individual pieces in there, but it all relies on just like randomly hitting something off the top of your deck. And there's only one card that digs 3 off the top of your deck. There's only like 1 or 2 cards that actually pay you off for playing them from removed. There's nothing that stacks your deck. And it's just like any one of those things. And like you had a tight 60 with 4x of all the relevant cards in it, you could maybe see yourself hitting stuff. But it's just not quite all the way there.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is almost like advertising that by saying like, hey, yeah, what if you just randomly flip this Villainous Teamwork off the top of your deck? It's like, this is the problem.
Yeah, I think I look at this combo and I go, okay, if you look at it as like Tengai, because really this is 2 sets of combos. It's Tengai Dream About Fighting and Villainous Teamwork, or Tengai Enough Talk Villainous Teamwork. Like this isn't a 4-card combo. This is 2 different 3-card combos.
Yeah,
And,
it's a 3-piece with 2 interchangeable cogs in the middle.
And like Dream About Fighting, I stare at and I go, okay, this is a combo that 2/3 of the time in your deck does nothing. Because unless you stack your deck, which this character cannot do. This isn't a Byaku situation. If they showed Byaku on here, maybe we'd be talking. If you 2/3 of the time,
Byaku has Earth.
and it likes flipping stuff. If it had been Cammy, Dream About Fighting, Byaku, I'd be game. But like, so 2/3 of the time this combo does nothing, and then Enough Talk most of the time is probably gonna hit. It's probably like 8.
It's gonna hit and attack. Is it gonna hit Villainous teamwork?
Oh no. The chance that it hits, even if it's a 4 of in your deck, and you play like 3 and you hit 3 off the top, it's still a super low chance you're going to hit it. Now, you're going to probably hit an attack, and that combo's kind of life, but boy, is this combo going to also feel bad when you're hyping up this combo. You play Enough Talk, you remove 3, don't hit an attack, and you're just like, okay, because that happens. Removing, like, there were plenty of times 3 cards in a row are foundations, assets, actions, or backups, and you're just going to have nothing to do, and you're going to feel kind of bad. Your combo is just not going to work. And I think if we're talking about cool combos that are roll of the dice, especially Dream About Fighting where the dice is against you, I don't feel great about.
Right.
Yeah, actually, that is Luke and Ryu is actually the correct answer to this. I was on the tip of my tongue to butt in and say, how about Unbreakable Cheer? Could be like, we can mill ourselves, then put a card we build back on top. But like Luke and Ryu is actually kind of hot.
Ryu with Dream About Fighting. Ryu dreaming about fighting. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Or like the unending path Dream About Fighting. Like, actually, that's cinema.
Right.
Yeah, well, Ryu puts like 1 card back on top of his deck, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I mean, you could if you're doing Angry Flurry, I guess, like if you're playing some of those cards, but like you could also just put a foundation on top and keep the card instead of putting an attack on top and flipping a foundation to get it.
But what if we have all attacks in our hand, Tim?
Yeah, what if we already discard 1, draw 1, our only non-attack card, and then the Aries Smile does?
All right, so what's the grade on this combo? We've given it too much credit already.
The answer is, I think it's D. I mean, if you guys disagree, I think it's D. I think it's better than Cammy. I put it above Cammy. Actually, I think it upsets me more than Cammy does.
Yeah, I like the spirit of the package, despite the execution coming up short. But like listing this as a specific combo that you're recommending to people is very silly.
Cammy's combo at least works all the time.
Right.
I like.
I guess unless you don't use her response, but like
I do like how we were gassing up this article, and now 5 in a row have been below A tier. But the next one,
I mean, okay, to be fair,
B's are good.
See a few, I
B's
can
good.
see a few that we can put into A.
B is good
if we need to move them up.
I think if there are no S tier combos, that is not at all a condemnation. That is just like there isn't anything that is literally the best thing I've ever heard.
Right, and at the end of it, we can decide which one we would consider S compared to the other ones.
Valid. Mirko 2 has a combo list here. We were just talking about Mirko a moment ago. Mirko, for those of you who don't remember, after you deal damage with a Furious Kick, you can commit her, clear from the card pool, and give your next attack a little bit of stats. And then Enhanced Tenacious, you can pop 1 to ready her. And then it gives us 2 cards that can intersect with her. Stunt Specialist. You may sacrifice this card as though you're spending 1 momentum to pay the cost of an EX ability. And Luke's Sweep. After you play this card's EX ability, add the top card of your deck to your momentum. And they describe it as EX heavy decks need early momentum. Use Stunt Specialist to pay for Luke's Sweep directly in the stage, giving you that crucial first momentum without dealing damage. Mirko 2 is a perfect fit. Luke's Sweep is a kick. Sacrificing Stunt Specialist plays nicely with other parts of the kit. So Mirko 2 is not doing much here. It's just another symbol.
If anything, it's arguably worse for Mirko because now she's blowing up an extra foundation just for EX.
Yeah. It's obviously the 2 symbol thing. We could say the pony word again because pony's probably the best air fire. Does Luke have air?
Oh, no, sorry, not Luke. Jamie. Jamie is right there.
Jamie. Now, Jamie, does Jamie have fire? Yes, he does.
Yes, Jamie is fire, air, water.
I kind of I think he's cooking a little bit with this one because Mirko does have a lot of things that pay you off for having sacrificed foundation during the enhanced stuff that you wouldn't necessarily do on the lead off if you don't need it on tapper.
Sure.
Sure.
Right.
I agree with the part that it plays nicely with her kit. I don't agree that plays nicely.
Yeah, you
with
can like
her.
turn around and greater goal this Luke sweep, right? That
Right.
I
kinda thing.
also hate to say this, and like I acknowledge that it is slightly better on exactly turn 2, and it has attuned than the what was it, second wielder? Which one's the
Right.
Deku?
Yeah, second builder exists.
Because that one you need 6 foundations, but it can be used for powerful and EX, and you can also commit it and flip an attack in your card pool to get an additional 3 speed. It's really hard for me to imagine Stunt Specialist fits in that many decks that you're not already playing second wielder.
Yeah, it's Sun Specialist is classic Air Life Water, so like it's a little bit narrower in that way. But yeah, it is certainly like Sun Specialist is on balance a dramatically weaker card than second wielder.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
would
that
I
it's
would rather
newer.
see like instead of this 3-card combo, a like outlay of like, okay, what if you put Stunt Specialist, Second Wielder, Luke Sweep, and Fudge and Flurry in a deck, and you have this whole package of things that are bouncing off of this EX, get momentum back, refunded kind of thing going on. And then figure out a character to slap on it, maybe. But
Yeah, maybe.
even without the character, just like those 4 cards as a concept, maybe there's something there. You have to be
right.
main symbol air, but
I want to give credit here. I think this combo is better than the last combo because it works.
Sure.
It
Yes.
guaranteed works. It is a thing. And like there are decks, I can imagine, like we did mention Jamie. Do I think Jamie has better options? Probably.
Sure.
But this does do something. If you were
Yeah,
playing
yeah.
like if you were playing as let's think of this from new players for a second. If you're a new player, you have a box of TMNT, you likely have Stunt Specialist, you bought the Challenger decks, you have Luke Sweep. You know, this is a combo that you could have Jamie slap on, put this combo together, and you're playing well. You're having a good time with it.
Yeah, I would be very pleased and impressed if I showed up to locals and I met someone who had picked up the game, a week ago and cooked up some stuff, and they had this in their deck. I'm like, wow, you got a good eye for this, man. That's good.
Yeah.
Right.
Destroying a committed foundation to get a momentum is a good rate.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Right. That is a perfectly fine thing to be doing as part of a real turn that's like not a joke.
Yeah.
And so this combo lets you do that. Right? We can pick on the Mirko character choice a little bit, but I think they just wanted to show a bunch of different IPs in one combo instead of going right back to a Street Fighter Well kind of thing.
I think for me, it loses a little bit because the Mirko feels kind of superfluous, and because there are, for most of the time, better ways to do this combo. But I feel like it's C tier.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys disagree.
I'm feeling C on this one too.
Yeah.
Cool. Then we will put Stunt Specialist in C tier, above or below Elbow Drop. I think below. I think below. Because Elbow Drop's a good combo.
They're
it's just
similar, but yeah, Elbow Drop's just better in general, I think.
Now, speaking of interesting IPs getting brought up, we got the Anime Expo promo Harley Quinn here from the Suicide Squad anime. Just as a reminder, because a lot of you have probably never seen this character since she was first revealed. She has a static that says, well, there are 5 or more different keywords among cards in your card pool. Your attack gets +1 speed and +1 damage. Also, mill 3. If there are 6 or more different keywords amongst the milled cards this way, you may commit this card. If so, choose at least one of those cards with at least 1 keyword and add it to your hand. We've got forward flip / echo EX2 powerful 2. You may mill 1 as though you were spending 1 momentum each time you pay for this card's abilities. And you have surprising strength. The attack gets powerful 2 and EX2. Add this card to your momentum. And then the description is forward flip / plus surprising strength equals free momentum and layered keyword abuse. Giving / next turns their EX or powerful via milling a card is fun on its own, but the extra momentum of surprising strength lets you pay for the Echo too. Harley Quinn is one of those rare all chaos characters in standards that loves everything forward flip / brings.
So this one I can't really fault them for choosing Harley Quinn because, like they said, there are not many characters that have both symbols in standard right now.
Indeed.
And one of them, if you can see at the bottom of Justin's screen, there is already mentioned in a different combo. So I understand choosing Harley Quinn here,
and also
I'm just still gonna be a little bit mad about forward flip / It doesn't have the weapon keyword. Otherwise, I'd play it in All Might 7 so fast.
I'm going to be real. I think this combo's kind of hot
No, it's
Like,
cool. I like
look,
this one.
They
from-
cooked. Yeah.
From a competitive level, is this going to show up at like a regional top cut? Probably not. But if someone showed up as a locals and went forward flip slash, give it either EX to make it connect or powerful 2 with surprising strength, goes into momentum, gets all the stats, echoes it, and then hits me again, I'm so in. That's going to be such a cool combo. Echo kind of non-bows with Harley Quinn static, but that static's like a small enough benefit anyways. It's not the end of the world. And specifically,
it could be your second move.
And it could be your second move, so you at least get some of the stats before it flips itself, and the next deck hopefully still gets the stats. So like the surprising strength forward flip slash, the idea that like you give it one of the stats, give you an extra mill, and it gives you the momentum for the echo, kind of friggin' hot.
Yeah, I will say like the extra mill, if you're not Leonardo, you need some other like way or reason to be wanting that.
Right.
Otherwise, surprising strength is feeding your 3 high 4 echo and giving one instance of it +2 damage is like very just okay.
And Daniel, you're right. Dobby 2 would be better for this combo almost universally. 2 things about that though. 1, Harley Quinn can pick up forward flip slash with her enhance, which is kind of cool. And that's 3 of the 5 keywords you're going to need when you mill the 3. Yeah. It's got a decent shot of resolving.
She needs 6 when on the mills. She needs 5 in the
card
card pool for
it's
stats.
5 for card pools.
So you just got to mill 2 forward flip slash. It's fine. It'll happen. You just got to believe.
That'd be 6 different ones. So you get like forward flip slash and Colossus Titan attacks, and you're good.
Man,
you're trying so hard.
I thought Harley Quinn was better than she is. Okay, yes,
dude, she's a clown. She can't be like doing the same shit over and over. That gets tired. That gets old.
Okay, Daniel, you're right that Dobby 2 would just objectively be better at doing this thing. However, I want to see a DC character show up in this list, so I'm happy for it.
They cooked with this one straight up. Like 4 high 7 echo pays for itself. Like that's a good combo.
Yeah. I'm gonna give this a low B, not because it's good, but because it's cool and funny.
So
and novel, right?
I'm cool with B.
Yeah, that's fine.
I was feeling A, honestly, but although I think I'm a little bit down now that I realized that, as we said, different keywords. So like the powerful you put on forward flip slash does not count towards the 5 in any circumstance. So that's a bummer, but
I think it's low B. I want to put it above high 3 because I think it's way more creative. I think this is a cool ass combo.
I'm cool with that.
Bro, imagine you go high 3 into the forward flip slash. I actually can't count that high. That's so much stats.
Wait, hold on. That's sick.
Yeah, now the Echo copy is not a 6/6, but the first one's huge.
Yeah.
True.
Catch my 8 high 8.
Yeah, the second one is what you use the surprising strength on. You have your momentum for somewhere else. It's fine.
Tim, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to convince them to rewrite the rule book, and then they're going to beef it, and we're not going to tell them until during the tournament, and then we're going to high 3 into forward flip slash. It gets 6/6. We powerful it a bunch. We echo it, and then it doesn't reset because they beefed it, and then we keep powerfuling it even more. Now it's like a 10 high for 15 or whatever.
That would be a tough beef to beef. That is not in a space that has been, to my knowledge, touched since 2013.
Well, I mean, it used to just not. It used to like reset and only ever start back from scratch, and they changed that somehow or something. I don't know. Anyway,
all right, let's go and move on to the next combo. This combo, another 3 card, another all chaos combo. Suzuki discards 1s, draw 1. He can commit to block with the card at the top of his discard pile, and then when he takes damage, he may ready himself. We get Leonardo's Disciple. Commit, you may play this attack gets commit. This attack gets +X speed, +X damage. X equals the number of copies of Leonardo's Disciple in your discard pile +1, and then Mimicry. Form, choose 1 non-unique foundation in your discard pile until beginning your next turn. This asset gains all abilities and keywords. And we've got Leonardo's Disciples Disciplines gets you stronger with each copy you see. Mimicry is a great way to cheat an extra 1 into play. With 3 disciplines in the discard and 1 in your stage. Using it with Mimicry can give you +8/+8. I think that's wrong. Suzuki, one of the rare all chaos characters in no +1. You're right. That's right. All chaos characters in standards, excels as finding cards and feeding the discard pile. Yeah, I forgot it's the X +1. I remember thinking it was +3/+3.
Yeah, in this scenario, we're playing Suzuki not just because of the symbols. We're playing him because he very quickly can find your Leonardo's disciples.
This combo, it's cool.
Yeah, it's cute.
It's cute.
It's kicking a little bit. I like just the observation that Suzuki that you just bin these cards. You draw your first discipline. It's not very good. You can just toss it until you find another one, and then or you play the first one, then you can toss more, and then it's even surprising how much stats you'll get. You might surprise your opponent when they miscalculate.
I have a complaint. Why isn't this an all evil combo?
Because the all evil characters don't self-mail themselves as well as Suzuki does.
Yeah, but you get to just put one in your discard pile.
Well, you know.
Oh, that does search for any card. I thought it would search for attacks for some reason.
This is any card.
Yeah, fair.
Do we have a good all evil? I guess younger Toguro, right?
I mean, you could call it a Mega Mutant. I mean, we put Suzuki on there. All right, this could be Hatsume. Like, take your pick.
I mean, Toga.
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay, actually, yeah. So like my
plenty of Suzuki
combos,
characters to choose from.
It is, yeah. It's a fine combo. It has the issue that we talked about with like the Cammy Keyleth situation, where like, is Leonardo's discipline usually going to be the best hit off Mimicry? Maybe when you're going for your kill turn, like because you can do defense until your kill turn, and then on your kill turn, you give it discipline, and then it does some cool stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think
it's solid
at a very, very like broad heuristic level, right? Like we're playing Mimicry and we're getting to copy a 3-diff foundation, and that's like fine, but it's not excellent, right? And it's not like a truly uniquely incredible thing. Like, the only time I've really been impressed with Mimicry in a competitive deck is in the Devil Jin deck, where it gets to be a split card of a 5-diff and a good 3-diff in Exam Strategy, where Exam Strategy is very, very linear with everything the deck's doing, and it's great to have extra Exam Strategies that aren't committed to just being that. And then also it can turn into a Zeke that's a 5-diff foundation. So like now you're actually getting paid for having played Mimicry. You're getting a discount of 2 difficulty on the card.
Right.
So my vibe is high C on this one.
Okay.
Does anyone
yeah.
High C? Okay.
Yeah.
And also I think I realized at some point that like imagine the ideal scenario, right? You bin all 4 disciplines, you copy a discipline of Mimicry. You have now constructed your own Massive Mutant machine.
Right. Now worked really hard to get Massive Mutant machine. Yeah.
Well, now we're going to talk about women. Woman.
I see. They couldn't bring up Superfly Stomp before
because they already brought it up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Woman, remove 1 card from your discard pile. This deck gets +1 speed and +2 damage. If you're moved an attack, it gets an additional +2 damage. Commit before your block step rival's attack, -3 speed and draw a card. And then we've got, this is a 3-card combo. Rebuild Forces. Build 1 backup with a difficulty 3 or less in your discard pile. Sacrifice that backup at the end of your turn. Your rival's next check this turn gets +1 for each, or -1, sorry, for each backup in your stage. Grisha's Attack Titan, you may sacrifice as a form to add 1 Fury attack from your discard to your hand. And then Superfly Stomp lets you search your deck for 1 card, add to your discard pile, and spend a momentum for your rival to spend a momentum and sacrifice a face-up foundation. And the combo is described as Rebuild Forces is a great way to fetch a Grisha's Attack Titan to grab a Fury attack. Superfly Stomp not only fits the Fury requirement, but also lets you drop Grisha's into the discard pile to prep Rebuild Forces, find another Fury target, or punish overblocking with its Frenzy's Blitz. Woman, an evil fire character, thrives on attack tempo this setup can offer. I think they're cooking with this one. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah, this might be the best one in the list. This is the most like I could imagine a women deck doing this and beating the pants off me.
Yeah.
Right.
I also think like there's some cute stuff here about, and correct me if I'm wrong, if you're on, because I'm like, is Superfly Stomp really good here? But if you're on Void as your main symbol, you could Superfly Stomp a Supersonic Flight and then remove it to draw a card, right?
You can do all sorts of stuff.
Yeah. So
you can do a lot.
And you can also make sure you have an attack in your discard pile for the additional +2 damage with Superfly Stomp. If
like the article says, Superfly Stomp, going to put Grisha's Attack Titan in there some fair amount of time.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's going to be the card you pick up. Sometimes,
I think this is like the most where I look at this and say, this is a real thing I could see showing up in a tournament. Like if my opponent dropped this combo on me, I'd start crapping my pants. I'd be scared.
Just aesthetically, I really appreciate that we have like a closed loop of we have Superfly Stomp the enabler, and then also a target for Grisha's attack Titan, right? If you're just like fetching, and it's a frenzy attack, so like it might
you
be.
merely
you
want
know,
a 6 low 6, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shucks, my 4 difficulty 6 low 6 is the best thing I can grab. Oh darn.
But
That's
then what I really love here is that this is actually completely open ended. Because
Right.
this is evil fire attunes. You can actually play this in Devilgen and fetch
Yes.
a Vast Hybrid Chimera Kraken as your Fury target.
it is
You can do
completely
anything.
It is completely open ended. I like that these are all attuned cards. You can play on any of woman's symbols if you want to stick with woman. So it's very flexible. I think this is the most flexible combo because, like, Superfly Stomp, as you said, is filling multiple roles in this combo, which is really cool. As
Yeah,
both like a
and just,
target and setup.
Also, shout out Rebuilt Forces here ends up being like a 7-speed low for 9, which is good.
Also,
Yes.
because woman puts so much damage on things, I think people usually want to block a lot. So
Frenzy's
rebuild forces giving minus to their check and frenzy if they block it, giving us like additional stats. I think this is a fantastic combo.
Yeah.
Is
Like
this good enough to be an S or is this just A?
If we want to treat S as the best in the article, probably.
I think S is, I could actually see it showing up in a tournament. And if
Sure.
woman is good enough, which is a bigger question, but like I think there's a world where she could be good enough. I think this would show up at a tournament at that point. Or Devilgen. I think Devilgen realistically plays this with a straight face.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that, yeah, like I think the characters here are in part just to say, here's a character with these symbols, and if you just like, you know, you can just spot the difference and plug in whichever character you think you like is appropriate. Whereas, you know, with like the Keyleth Cammy thing about it, that was like a combo of this particular character, this particular card, but this is just saying, here's one character that can play this package.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this was the combo I was thinking of when I said I had a favorite and it might be S tier.
Yeah,
Sure.
I think this
That's
one's
fair.
actually correct.
Yeah. If I had to nitpick at all, right?
Sure.
It would be maybe just the fact that you're probably having to play other backups, maybe, because otherwise Rebuilt Forces doesn't do anything if you don't see a Grisha's. But like,
Yeah,
that's
you
not
can
that
find a
much of
good 1 to 2.
Right.
Hey, is
exactly.
there
That's
a
not
is there a
big
Fury
nitpick, it's just a
is
small
there a
thing.
Fury Titan attack?
There is, in fact, there's Grisha's attack is I think the best one. There's some kind of sneaky ones.
'Cause I was gonna
Teaming
say-
is also both.
Because
Oh,
rebuild
yeah, and
forces,
right, yeah.
rebuild forces sure could build a 9 Titans, which you could then double the stats of a Fury Titan if you had Grisha's already in field.
If you want to absolutely
it
take someone's head
cannot-
off,
It cannot build a 9 Titans. It's difficulty 3 or less.
Oh,
I think it's perfectly fine to just grab Sean Gilmore. Like,
yeah, there are plenty of decent options. Like it's still fine, and it's good. It's one of those that's going to get better with time as we print more backups. People actively want to put in their decks. This card's just super generic.
yeah, and like the kind of like the face mechanic of Rebuilt Forces, just like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Spotlight, is building Mechazoids. It's kind of like the metaphor of what Bishop is doing with those, and like that could be an option too. Of just, hey, here's a stun 1 here that I'm gonna maybe feed to something. Maybe I'm gonna get whatever else out of. That's an option too.
Moving on, so we make sure we're making okay time. Jiro 3 has a combo here. Y'all remember Jiro 3? The best
Think about her a
Jiro
lot.
to ever be printed.
Top 3 Jiros.
Top,
So
I'd
far.
agree. Top 3
Yeah,
Jiros.
fair enough.
Although Mega Mutant might actually take 3rd place in that list.
So Jiro 3. Once per turn, this attack gets +1 or -1 speed for each of his keywords. Look at the top 2 cards of your deck. Response: commit. After you check a copy of the card you're trying to play, you may add the check card to your hand, and then you may recheck. And then it has 2 cards or 2 attacks. Shopping list. Shopping list has no effect, but a really funny description. And then it has ally, fury, kick, pizza, punch, tech, and weapon. There's a 6 mid for 5. And then we have Patchwork Baby, and everyone knows what Patchwork Baby does. Stun 2, powerful 3, EX3. Does stuff with a bunch of keywords.
Which shopping list has 7 of.
Shopping list does have 7 of them. Shopping list, long list of keywords, pairs beautifully with Patchwork Baby, Kyoka Jiro 3 with both the all and good symbols, is all about stacking keywords. A 9 speed, 11 damage Patchwork Baby is already scary, and that's before you use EX and powerful.
I think their numbers are wrong.
Their
I
numbers
think
are
we're putting Jiro's speed on the Patchwork Baby to make it 9 speed. I think that's the idea. So it's a 9.
It's keywords. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah,
we're
it's
good.
a 9
Okay,
speed.
figure it
Yeah,
out.
9 speed for 11 with stun 2.
Yeah.
Which is certainly a good payoff.
If I was sitting down, if we were doing like a roulette episode where we randomly picked Jiro 3 and had to build Jiro 3, this would be a fun Jiro 3 combo.
Sure.
Is there a million years where like these are good choices for attacks and characters for a deck you actually play even semi-seriously?
I didn't believe shopping list isn't a charge.
That is
Shopping
kind of
list.
funny.
They haven't been charged yet.
Everything else.
They just made the list.
No, Tim, the turtles are unbanked. You don't understand.
True.
They're not in the blockchain.
That's true.
They
The
don't
shopping
they don't-
list is in fact stolen. Like the items
Yeah,
get stolen in the
it's just-
movie.
You know,
they have a charge card.
if any part of the idea behind this card was to try to help this particular Jiro, and she has all this like charged sub theme stuff, I would have thought they would give in shopping this charge just because.
So where do we put a combo that like is probably a good combo for this character, but it's a dog water character and an otherwise dog water card?
I could put it like low C. Like it's at least cute, right?
I can give this a C. I would rather see Heartbeat Surround than Patchwork Baby
Sure.
here,
Yeah.
honestly, or both. Because like Heartbeat Surround into shopping list is also very good.
Mhm.
Yeah, like there are worse cards than Patchwork Baby that do more with counting keywords, and I think you want to be counting keywords in a better way than Patchwork Baby. Like Patchwork Baby does not need shopping list to pop off as much as it's popping off in this particular combo.
Going to the final 3 combos, we've got Wingnut. Wingnut, change this speed's attack zone to high. It gets +1/-1 speed. After attack deals damage, you choose one. You build a attack card with difficulty 3 or less from your hand, or you can seal a rival foundation. It does not unseal or you seal it again at the beginning of the next turn. You have Anti-Mutant Neutralizer. It gives a little bit of stats by committing with +1/+3. And after you build this asset during the combat phase, you get to draw a card. In the strategic maneuver, form, remove, choose an asset in your discard pile. If it's 2 or less, you may discard a card to build it. Otherwise, add it to your hand. And in our description, Anti-Mutant Neutralizer is a powerful asset that grants +4 stats overall to your attack. Strategic maneuver helps you find it, build it, and trigger its response immediately. Wingnut, an air void character, already enjoys Neutralizer, so it's a natural pairing. This combo is not cooked. Okay, it's
not
one of
a
those
lot.
It's not a lot, and it's not particularly creative. Like Anti-Neutralizer feels like it was already built for Wingnut because they were in the same set given the void symbol. That feels like you were already kind of intending to do the whole draw off of building on her response. And like strategic maneuver, just saying, hey, we can pick up the asset thing we want to play. I mean, yeah.
Well, it does build it directly, which is nice.
Yeah, it's fine. It's not terrible. It's a combo that if you were playing these cards, you would play strategic maneuver. If you're playing Wingnut, you'd probably play both these combos. And Wingnut's a fine character. It's fine on power level. I just don't think it's very creative.
This was microwave, not cooking in the oven.
Yeah. It's a totally
Kinda off the
passable
shelf.
meal. You're gonna eat it and be fine. But boy, did it not
Just
cook.
Cooked on the hood of a car.
Yeah.
It's kind of a hot dog combo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 7-Eleven hot dog roller of the
I love hot dog combo.
Yeah, I don't, it's a lot of, if you're playing Wingnut, you want to be playing a bunch of assets and probably, 4Xing this Neutralizer because it's probably one of the better cards to build with her in terms of specifically tech cards. And then you want more assets so that you can do the strategic maneuver thing. And now you're spending a whole bunch of deck space, and 4 of them are just on this blue card that says filter 1, give your attack 1/3.
Yeah.
Which is like, sure, but probably not
Wingnut-
earning its deck space.
Wingnut builds from her hand on hit. That's so.
Yeah.
cringe.
You could have just played that card, yes.
Yeah.
It's like a C or B tier in power level, but I think it's like a D tier in creativity. Are we putting it in C or D?
I'm fine with D.
Yeah.
It's
think
the
this
best of D because the other two have been actively bothersome to me in some way.
Sure.
It's fun.
I'm gonna cop. I was blinded on this one by how much I like strategic maneuver, and I was happy to see it in the article.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, this is one of the worst things you can be doing with strategic maneuver.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see here. We've got now a character that is
Oh, this
a
one's funny.
favorite of some people in the
It's
community.
hilarious.
That's funny.
We've got Inasa, destroy one foundation to refresh one. Response, commit one foundation after attack is played. It gets plus X or minus X speed. X equals the difficulty of the command foundation. We have momentum shift. Clear all cards from your rival's card pool. It gets plus 2 damage for each card cleared this way. And once per turn, if your attack is not blocked, your rival spends a momentum. Insatiable appetite. Add one your rival momentum to their card pool as a Tabe only enhanced. So we can't do that.
It's not relevant here, yeah.
But enhanced attack gets plus 2 speed and plus 1 damage for each card that's left to your rival's card pool this turn. And then Ray Filet singing Stingray, your turn. Add the top card of your rival adds the top card of their deck to their card pool face down. And then the part doesn't matter. After this backup's attacked, they stuff their card pool 1. Reading the description, whether you stuff the card pool or force your rival into a string of blocks, momentum shift has the potential for big damage. What's the perfect follow-up to this? Insatiable appetite. That gets bigger from every card your momentum shift cleared from your rival's card pool. Inasa is an air, death, and water, which they don't mention here, character that can put these pieces. They don't say it in the. Oh, they do say it at the end.
They
that
do.
put these pieces together to extend your turn for a long finishing string. His water symbol even grants you access to some good card pool clogging tools like Ray, Filet, Singin', Stingray. Creativity, we cooked here. We cooked here. Creativity. I'm happy for this.
I would have accepted the deep cut, put Innsmith on top of this.
Yeah.
There really are not a lot of options for what they're doing here. And Inasa is certainly a better character overall.
And also like
you enable the long string.
And also like Innsmouth non-bows. Neither of these have a
neither of them have, yeah, I know.
But I would also have been down because that card's fun. I mean it's a cool combo cooking wise. Like momentum shift and insatiable appetite, I like. Ray Filet stacking on, it's cool. I like we're getting a 3 symbol attuned combo because that's kind of like Dream Christmas Land attuned combo world as you do 3 different symbols.
Yeah, I would like to point out that all of these like attuned combos, aside from one, go back and find 3 symbol characters.
Yeah.
Which is, kind of something I was saying last week, was if we're going to support all 12 symbols for some reason, then we should probably have 3 symbol characters, just because, if you're going to do it, just do it. And don't have characters with 1/6 of the card pool and let people do their crazy attuned combos.
Right.
Power level wise, it's fine. I mean, let's be real. You're ending a string where you want to get a lot of stats on momentum shift with another attack after that. It's gonna
it's kind of why we're choosing Inasa here, because like he can help you extend.
He can get the refreshes if you don't use his commit ability too much.
I mean, the commit ability also puts speed on our momentum shift after we clear the pool, which is maybe relevant.
Or it could get on the insatiable appetite after it's going to get big damage. There's stuff that I think is fun with this.
I think you can hit them for 3 cards pretty reliably, maybe 4. You can play momentum shift as 3rd attack, insatiable as your 4th move.
You're on the death symbol, so you can even get if you have the space to string it. A lot of the Mina, there's one of the Mina 3 cards that puts 1 in each card pool and things like it. And your War symbols, you can pick it up with Ray Filet or Filet Fling after you put 1 in your card pool as well.
Sure.
So there's ways to get this semi-reliably. It's a fun combo. It's a solid power level. It's nothing fantastic. Where are y'all thinking?
I don't think I agree that it's a solid power level. I think it's actually incredibly weak, but it's charming.
It's charming.
Yeah, it does minus speed yourself.
Yeah, that's the big thing. It's clearing your opponent's card pool. It's everyone loves doing it. Everyone it's a really popular thing about flooding their card pool and then eating their whole card pool. But it's very bad. It's very disadvantageous to do.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I think if I really wanted to commit to this idea, I would rather be Jamie with knockout punch instead of insatiable, and then I can Hunter's Ally for the Ray Filet. Because I don't
Yeah.
know how we're like reliably finding Filet in all this mess, and the entire deck concept goes up in smoke if you don't find the Stingray.
Right.
Well, I
So
think the theory is that we don't need the Stingray. We're just like they're
just
just
hoping they
like block on their own so many times, and when shift gets big
Just gonna
damage.
block our 7-speed moves just casually
Yeah.
because we hope they will.
Yeah, and then they tap out, and that's how they get open.
I will say with this, like, because I do kind of agree in terms of people always want to clear their rival's card pool as like a big dunk, and it's not good. If most people read on a card, your attacks for the rest of the turn get -3, 4, or 5 speed
Yeah.
and do damage, they'd be like, this card's dog shit. But they somehow don't think that way. And I'll admit, I'm the same way. I don't think that way. When I see clear your rival's card pool, I'm like, oh, that's sick.
Yeah, it is. It is like slightly different in the case of if you're clearing their card. Like, if you play an attack that says all attacks get -3 speed to start the turn, then they're at difficulty -3, right? And this floors out at base block difficulty.
Yeah,
so that's why it's a little less offensive.
It's a little different, but in a lot of game states, that's what the card says.
In the game states you're hoping to play it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we gonna give this? So I think it's not good enough for B because all our B stuff is at least like competent. Where does it go in C?
I would personally be fine with at the end of B, but
Okay.
if we want to put it in C, I'm fine with that too.
Yeah, relatively low. It is funny. I'd put like middle of C somewhere.
It's fair.
I'm cool with middle of C. Brober, do you disagree?
Middle C sounds good.
Yeah, because like you said, it's not strong, but it is pretty creative. I can 100% give them that.
Yeah, I could see someone being very excited about just like playing this at locals for 2 or 3 weeks, trying to do the thing,
Right.
and not really caring that they go 0-3 every week. But
Right.
because
But
like once a
they got
night
to
they'll
do
do the
the
thing.
thing.
Actually, it's the Johnny value system, right? You have a very specific dream, and if you accomplish that dream one time, you're gonna win that game, and you're gonna be the happiest person on the planet.
Absolutely. Now let's see what the last combo they've hyped up is. It's got to be the best combo. It's the final combo of the article.
It probably is.
Yeah.
I haven't actually read it yet. So we got Ling Xiaoyu. Enhance. Your attack gets +1. Oh, sorry. You want to say something before
Ling is providing her symbols here. She's an example character.
We can skip her abilities.
Cool. Catching air. Flip. Changes attack zone to high. Rising uppercut. You block a non-ranged high attack with this. You get to reduce its speed to 4. Drive 1 after you completely block an attack with this card. Try to play this card as an attack after it resolves. Rising uppercut is strong but limited. It only works about a third of attacks. Catching air change that, making any attack vulnerable. Ling, an air all character, even uses catching air to vary block zones in the pool for her second enhance. Were we just scared to put Rodon here because we did when people complaining that Rodon got better?
All right. Well, Ling actually puts damage on your reversely uppercut. That's relevant.
Sure.
Wait.
If you're really lucky, you can actually trigger the pool clear on it.
Right. For what it's worth, Rodan related Supersonic Flight does the same thing here.
Yeah. So does 3 Eyes of Hiei.
Yeah.
Okay, and so this, I'm docking in a tier from this thing because this is misinformation. Catching air does not help Ling. Ling needs block zones to be varied, not attack zones.
Right.
Oh yeah, true.
No, that's catching air is not here to help Ling. Catching air is to make sure you can block with.
No, he's upset because it says even uses catching air to vary block zones in the pool.
Oh, sure.
I think they're saying that
here because there was an imagination that it would help.
Okay, hold on. I can actually explain their logic. They are saying if you're against like an all low deck, you can block with a low, you can block with a mid, then you can catching air the third one to a high and block with a high, and then you have 3 different block zones for her enhance.
I appreciate the effort, but I think Kevin's right. I think this is just a mistake.
I want to believe, okay?
It'd be pretty hilarious if you do manage to, like, play against Lozilla, you go full block once, mid block once, and then, hey, catching air, here's my rising uppercut, reversal, +3 damage, clear my pool.
Okay, so to be completely fair, this card does catching air does not changes any attack zone. It does work on offense because you can change the block zone of one of the attacks in your card pool.
It changes the attack zone, not the block zone.
Oh god,
So the only way this actually
that's
helps,
exactly what I'm
I can't
observing.
read.
Yeah.
I can't read. You're
The
right.
only way
Neither
this-
could Matt Smith. It's okay.
Yeah.
the only way this helps Ling is like if you're against a deck that's mono zone, you can get that high into your card
Yeah.
pool. Is
Clearly,
the-
we just.
but I
want
am
Ling to
giving
do
a
better.
lot of credence
Yeah,
saying that
yeah.
that is what Matt Smith was actually intending when he wrote this.
So
clearly
this
we all just
should have
want Ling to
been
hit
an A tier
attack
combo
zones.
because it is very effective.
Yes,
Yeah.
But I'm docking it a grade.
that's fair.
I think it's fine to put it in B.
Yeah, I think it's one of those. This is not necessarily the like most effective version of this combo. It does let you do the zone change on a spam instead of on a 3-diff, which is nice.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think you could definitely do some. I want to play a lot of special high blocks decks where you're running like both, finding a way to run like Catching Air and Supersonic, or Catching Air and 3 Eyes of Hiei, and like the 3 symbol attune thing is crossing over and making it add up, and you can,
I
you know,
do-
maybe this deck is fitting Showdown in somehow.
It's also worth noting that when you're comparing this to Supersonic Flight, you're not giving their move 2 speed to make it into a high.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
kind of
Uppercut's
irrelevant because
fair.
you're using uppercut.
Yeah, well, if it is range, it does matter
sure.
quite a bit actually.
Sure.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
like
so
rising
like,
uppercut plus 0 high block is still kind of okay at blocking 6 speed moves.
and you're
Right.
and the other thing is you can use this strictly for defense and feel okay, whereas like Supersonic Flight, you feel sometimes bad not getting to use the +3 damage on your own offense. So like I think Rodan, whatever his name is, probably plays both Rising Uppercut and Catching Air with a straight face. If he can get enough damage on the Rising Uppercut to make it a
That's
little
why
more
you play
threatening than
Murderous
before.
Escalation.
Yeah, and I guess credit for this combo. Yeah, like rising uppercut sure does like wearing +2 or +3 damage from Ling.
Yes.
This
is a big deal.
did feel a little bit putting it here as like, hey, we really want to show off other characters, and that's why we put Ling here. And I'm
We
not
could have
really
put
sure.
Midoriya 5.
Yeah, I would have rather had
He
something
gives
like
stats
Midoriya
to
5.
punches. This is a punch.
Wait, yo,
I've-
Midoriya 5's kind of cooking a little bit.
I
One of my
really
uncles been
enjoyed my
playing
match
that
with
game, keep
Tam.
showing him.
Tam, I swear I did not sandbag one bit, and he put me to 1 health. It was sick.
All right,
The
so
character's not bad. It's you have to work to draw the cards, but you are Yamato, man.
it's
Yeah.
the final one. We said we're docking it down to B tier,
Yeah.
right?
I think that's fine.
Bottom of B tier. Do we like it more or less than high 3 forward flip and Filet Fling?
I have no interest in like top or bottom of tier. That's I
I'm
think
putting
it's the
bottom
point of a tier list.
All right, we have nothing in A tier. We have one S tier.
If we want to bump anything, it can be Ray Filet up, I think.
I think Filet Fling.
Not Ray Filet, but Filet Fling, yeah.
I think Filet Fling I'll bump to A if y'all are cool with it, because I think like we already knew that combo was coming, but I think a newer player reading this card may not realize that, and then this article's great for them.
Right.
And
And I could feasibly see it at an event.
And then we've got the B
We can-
tiers, the C's, and the D's.
Oh no, it has to be your first attack. Darn. I was thinking I was trying to Filet Fling and Echo and then use the all card to bounce it back to my hand, but it's not the first
Oh,
attack anymore.
Yeah.
All right.
We were going to talk about the regional Spain, but it has already been
We
an
can do
hour.
it, yeah. We like having topics for next episode, so
Yeah.
we can talk
and
about both regionals.
Are you guys leaving on Thursday or Friday for Canada?
We're driving on Friday night. I think.
I sure hope it's Friday.
So cool. So then we'll all be here to do next week. So next week we'll get to talk about OCE and Spain to hype up for our Canada regional.
And that should be a very good way to kill an hour. So I'm
Sounds
down
great.
for that.
All right, we're gonna go and wrap up then. Thank you all for tuning in. People got things they want to plug?
Kevin, have you released? You were keep talking, but no.
Nope.
Okay. My YouTube channel is Satona CETONAS. I just posted the TMNT box opening. I kind of just like pull a card out of each pack and yap it about it a bit. Gonna get back to the budget series at some point in time after this. I've released a lot of videos for me recently, so it might be a little bit longer before that one comes out, but or maybe actually post the ban list depending on if anything changes or not. Like another, I think I'm due for another top prospects video also. So we'll do something by mid-September, probably.
Yeah, I'd had intentions to do some sort of video project, do a number of video projects, and P Game Versus is still in the like combination planning / perfectionism phase, and then the streaming plans just didn't come together at all, and I was it just didn't happen. I do want to plug that the Universe subreddit is cool. I am grateful there's more activity there, and I tried to seed some conversation of posting some deck lists. I made a nice thread about the coolest Rising Uppercut deck I've seen recently, or I've seen at all, really. This from actually Louisville with George Zhang's Sir Night-Eye deck, and got a little bit of conversation going there. I'd like to see that, and I think it's a great place to post deck lists again still. So hopefully,
has anyone sent you their deck list yet?
No one has posted a deck list
How
on the subreddit.
dare they?
Uh,
Go ahead, Justin.
Will, you got something you want to plug?
Go ahead and do yours since you have your Twitch channel now, I think.
Well,
And
it's
I'll
not
plug
up
the
yet,
YouTube
but
channel.
it
Okay,
is coming
fair.
up.
Okay.
So I've got in the pipework. I don't have a personal channel yet, but in this, my goal this weekend is to get a personal channel set up. Now you guys know how good I am about sticking to schedules and uploads, so we will see. I don't know if I'm worse than Broberg, but I am certainly at his level. If not, so I am going to have a channel Double Mulligan in the near future. I am looking at getting like an episode out that's talking about the demo deck experience for both Riftbound and Universes and where they both could grow a lot. Because it's been kind of rattling in my mind since Gen Con. It would have been better to probably post it right after Gen Con, but we'll get it in eventually. Other than that, you can not only find me here, alternating Tuesdays, also here for History of Universes, and you can find me on Wednesdays on Tam's channel, where we are now doing Riftbound Wednesdays, where we just play top 4 Riftbound decks against each other. All right, Will.
You good? Okay.
Yes, you got a channel you'd like to plug.
Right. I have taken over the ForchXCast YouTube channel. If you hop over there now, you can see that everything should be basically up to date aside from this episode, and we are missing one of our older episodes. Justin is going to see if he can find that, and if he does, he can go ahead and upload that. Otherwise, we'll just be shy an episode in the count.
Yeah.
You can expect this episode to theoretically go up over the weekend or sometime next week. Just it will be up before the VOD vanishes this time.
I get to start yelling at him now.
Yeah,
You
but
won't.
I'll actually do it. That being said, History of Universes so far is still Justin's baby. He will continue to upload those whenever he gets them done.
Yes.
I say continue. I mean, he'll do it when he gets to it.
Yes.
Because the first one's not even up yet.
Also, when we actually have a computer that doesn't crash twice when trying to play TTS and stream at the same time, or at least when I can troubleshoot this to that point, because I do not want to start another week of history and then have us get partway through game 1 and have me crash twice. Once I figure out what's going on my computer, that will probably be happening again.
God, yeah. Wait, did I not? No, that was game.
That was game 2. We did get through one game. We got through one game.
Yeah.
We got through game 1.
Then
well, we crashed once in game 1 and got through it. And then we crashed in game 2, and I said, we can't keep doing
That's right.
this.
We recovered it, and then we said, no, that's give up. Yeah.
Get a Steam Deck with dock for TTS. Unironically, I have a really good gaming laptop that I might try to set up with OBS and just hook up to this monitor to see if that worked better than this desktop because it's a lot newer. Something will be happening in the near future to resolve these issues. So
in the meantime, you can work on editing the first episode.
Yes, you're right. Oh, Iggy, oh man, I'm late to the show. You're really late to the show. We are actually about to wrap up.
Yeah.
But that means you can watch the VOD.
Yep.
So we're gonna go and log off, y'all. Let's go ahead and raid Tam with our we got 5 viewers. Sorry to.
Thanks for joining us, all 5 of you.
Yeah. Say bye to all 5 y'alls. We go send you over to Tam, who is currently watching a Riftbound regional. So have a good
practice
day.
casting it.
Goodbye.
All right.
I hate that I just can't click it immediately. You have to wait 10 seconds.
Give people a chance to get out of there if they really don't.